Hello, hi. So I am coming on live today to speak to specifically my high achieving women, my career oriented women, my education oriented women who want to find the right man for them, but have struggled with dating and relationships historically. So I was recently speaking to a friend who is super high achieving. She has a lot of education. In fact, she is getting a PhD. And she has struggled with finding good quality men who aren't, in her words, intimidated by her. And in this case, for her, it's her level of education. Now, if you're a successful, high achieving woman, chances are that you might have felt something like this too, that men back away when they realize what you have accomplished. And as we were talking a bit more, this friend and I, something became clear, is that she actually doesn't have a ton of relationship and dating experience. She actually has relatively little. And it's been very sporadic because she's been so focused and most of her energy has gone towards her education. And she has really kind of rarely truly dipped her toes into dating for any long period of time at all. And so that means a couple of things. One, she doesn't truly know what's out there because she's in reality been kind of avoiding dating. She's been avoiding men. Her energy has gone mainly to her education. And two, that the few men that she has dated, been in sort of relationships with, they are coloring her whole view of what's out there and how men might react to her. And three, she doesn't necessarily know what she's doing when it comes to dating and relationships and men because she really doesn't have that much experience. It's been so sporadic, it's been so little. And so that means that she just is going to struggle more. There's just more she's going to have to learn along the way, even if she's older now. And in her history, when she has gotten involved with the man, she's gotten burned and it's made her pull back her energy from men and just want to focus on everything else in her life, which is totally understandable. It makes sense, right? When you've been burned a few times, when your past experiences haven't been awesome, it can make you afraid to try again and to be hurt, to be disappointed, to feel like you won't be successful in this area. And so it can feel so much better to put your energy where you know that you'll get returns. And this friend, like many of the high achieving women I work with, she said to me, I kind of just approach it like it will happen if it's meant to be. And that sounds so nice in a way. It sounds comforting, but the problem with this idea is that it can actually be a way of avoiding putting yourself out there while sounding like kind of spiritual, right? So most women are not just going to have their dream man just dropped on their doorstep, right? Like you're going to have to put in some work, you're going to have to put yourself out there, you're going to have to meet some men. And for a lot of high achieving women, it's not just that they've avoided dating, maybe had some negative experiences that made them want to focus elsewhere, but generally there's also some internal stuff going on. In fact, this is like pretty much always the case. There's some internal stuff going on. There's a block, a few blocks that are playing a role in why they have struggled with men and with relationships. So whether it's that you're actually afraid of intimacy, you're pretty closed off. You're afraid of being seen. You are afraid of being vulnerable. And this is a really big one for high achieving women because we want to be perfect. We can also be afraid of men. There can be histories in the past that have made us distrust men, afraid to be hurt, afraid to be rejected, or can be struggling with self-worth and boundaries or communication when it comes to men, even if you feel good about yourself in every other area. And there are usually hidden blocks that are going on internally that you get to avoid having to face by avoiding dating because it can be uncomfortable to have to work through those things or, do what you're going to need to do to move past it. So then when you go to date, they're going to come up every single time and they're going to be part of what sabotages you and then gets you the not great results that you are getting. And the thing is, if you put all your energy into your education, into your career, you're really good at that specific domain. But dating and men and romantic relationships are a completely different domain than career and education, and they take a different skill set. And, where would you learn that? We're not learning that in school, probably not from your parents, probably not from your friends. They may be struggling just like you are, or they don't know what they did to be successful. So you're going into a dance, but you're not knowing the rules and the steps of that dance. So you're fumbling, you're tripping over your feet, over his feet. You feel stupid, you feel confused, you feel frustrated. Like, why isn't it working out with men? And it can feel embarrassing. And that's not something we necessarily think about or even realize. Like, serious dating, dating for marriage, that actually is a different skill set than what got you success in your education, in your career, in all of these other domains of your life. But you can't approach men like you do the people that you work with. It's not going to create polarity or romantic attraction that draws a man in and brings out his best for you and then keeps him. So, if you are a high achieving woman who has put most of her energy into her education, into her career, and if you've tried and been burned a few times, you probably do need some guidance. You probably need someone in your back pocket who can coach you, just like anything else, any area that you want success in, to get you the results that you want, to find your dream man and relationship, to build a healthy, lasting relationship with that man. Now, it's not rocket science, but it's different than what you needed to do to get results in these other areas of your life. And if you are ready to get support, that is what I do. I work every day with women just like you. I'm also a high achieving woman. I get it. I didn't start dating until really the end of college and realized how far behind I was compared to my peers. And this became my area of obsession to get this figured out. I did all the testing and the lead work and the research and years that I put into this to figure it out for myself. And I've streamlined all of that at this point as a coach so that you don't have to read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, try to piece together all the random information and what might apply to you and what doesn't and in what way. I already can guide you through your blind spots, through the things that you might be missing in particular, so you can get those results and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. So it would be my honor to help you get your dating life figured out. Like I said, this doesn't have to take a lot of time. There are just going to be gaps that we want to fill in. It doesn't matter how old you are. Men are going to be the same at any age, and the blocks that we need to deal with are going to be the same at any age. And you can master love and get success in your love life just like everything else. And that is what I like to do. That is what I am here to do and to help you do that as painlessly as possible. So you can find your dream man with the least amount of struggle and heartbreak and the most ease and truly magnetism to start that next beautiful chapter of your life, to find your dream man, get married, build a family if that's what you want, build together with a man who adores the crap out of you, is so committed to you, would do anything to make you happy, and you don't have to do life alone anymore. This is the work that I help high achieving women do to get these results. So if you would like help with this, send me a DM or click the link in my bio for the details of how we can work together. You can apply, we can set up a consultation call. I would love to speak with you. So if you have questions, of course, let me know and I will see you later.